Okay, this quick lesson is mostly a review. If you remember saying this, it's because it starts off as a review. So we're going to go over the levels of organisms, and then we're going to put something else in there. So if you remember, we talked about the levels of organisms. We started, well, here it starts from the largest biosphere, which is the whole world, all the way down to atoms. But we focused on this section in the 7th grade. So we started with organelles, remember parts of a cell, then the cell, and then bigger tissue, then bigger organ, then bigger organ system, and then bigger any living thing, which is an organism. So we started with cells. Remember, it's a review, so if you feel like I'm going kind of fast, I might be because it is a review. We started with cells, then you take a group of cells together, and you have a tissue, not toilet tissue, but a group of cells together make a specific type of tissue. Like this group of cells makes brain tissue, group of cells make heart tissue or cardiac tissue. Then you take a group of tissue, put those together, and you have organs. So group of tissue made brain, group of heart tissue made a heart. You have group of eye tissue makes your eye. So if you put a bunch of these organs together, you have an organ system. Ew. So you have the cardiac system, heart system, nervous system, lungs, or respiratory system. So you put a group of organs together and you get a specific system. So if you put all the systems together, put all these together, you get an organism. That's anything that's alive. So here's where our twist is on this review. Anything that's alive, right? So it's made up of cells because it's alive. But look at this picture. We talked about everything except we have plants on this picture. We have plants. So we have to put this from cell, tissue, organ, body system, organism to a plant. Do plants have all of that? So really quick, let's do a quick review. Cells, a group of cells, make tissue, a group of tissue, make an organ like heart, brain, lungs. A group of organs make the organ system, which we just studied. A group of organ system makes an organism, which is any living thing, so a living thing. But we're talking about plants now. Let's check this list. So do plants have cells? Yes, we know plants have cells. So a group of plant cells together makes a plant tissue. So we know that plants have cells, a group of cells make a tissue. But do plants have an organ, like a heart, a lung, or a brain? Do plants have an organ? We're not quite sure. So if we're not sure if they have an organ, do they have an organ system? Last one. Are plants an organism? Are they living? We know they're a living thing. So we have two things on this list that we have to check out. Do plants have an organ and do they have an organ system? So let's compare. Cells, that's an animal cell. Plants have a cell. We already talked about that. So a group of cells make a tissue. That's animal tissue or a human or whatever. Yes, plants do have tissue. A group of cells make tissue. So for an animal or a human, a group of tissue makes an organ. So this is a part of us that helps us live. What could be an organ on a plant? Think about it. If you thought a leaf could be an organ, you are absolutely right. So on a plant, a leaf is considered an organ. If you put all the organs together, you get an organ system. In this case, you get the circulatory system. You see it? That's the heart right there. It's a horse too. So in a plant, what would be considered an organ system if you put a bunch of these or parts of a plant together? So if you put the leaves with the branches and the stems, that would be considered an organ system. Do not forget this, you guys. It is a test question, I think twice in 2 different ways. So next one, put all the organ systems together, you get the whole horse or the whole person or the whole living being. What's missing from here? If you put all these together, you need something to make this complete. It's missing something to make it a full organism, to make it a full living thing. Plants cannot live without, look at this, their roots. Once you add that, you have the whole organism. So in a plant, the leaf is considered an organ. The leaf and stems, all these are considered organs, and the whole thing is considered an organism. See the comparison? You might want to take a picture of this, screenshot this, because you're welcome to use it during the test. Can't stop you from using your notes, but this right here will answer a lot of your test questions. So somehow save it. Now, so far, if you can list the parts of the levels of organization from smallest to largest, and compare the parts between a plant and an animal, if you really understand this, you are good. So do not forget, in a plant, an organ is a leaf, organ system is this with the stems, and the whole organism is the whole thing. Your plant is not going to live without roots.